This video was made possible by contributions to this YouTube channel by members like you. Thank you. Hello and welcome to Storytime with your favorite internet uncle, me, Zach Hazard. Am I your favorite internet uncle? I hope I'm your favorite internet uncle. Anyway, welcome to Storytime. Why don't you have a seat wherever you think is comfortable, help yourself to some snacks, and allow me to regale you with a short tale. I recently got a Colt Python 357 Magnum revolver. It's the blued version as opposed to the stainless one. The bluing is gorgeous on this thing. And it has the 4.25-inch barrel. I don't really like the super long barrel versions. Anything over 5-inch barrel on a revolver, I think looks kind of goofy. You don't want to go too short though, because the alternative is you get like this goofy bastard. Look at this thing. This is a 2-inch barrel. What is this? It's really silly. I still love this dumb idiot though. Anyway, as I have firmly landed in middle age, I find myself liking revolvers a lot more than I used to. I used to not really care about them at all, but then like I started getting older and man, I kind of like them a lot now. I'm not gonna start carrying one as like a, like my everyday carry. I definitely didn't look covetously upon the new Smith & Wesson 940. Definitely not considering getting one of those. Absolutely not. Totally not gonna get one and carry it regularly. No way. Anyway, I got a Colt Python in a trade for another gun, and when I had agreed to the trade, I thought, I'll get it. If I don't like it, I can sell it. I'll probably be somewhat interested in it. And then when it arrived and I picked it up out of the box, my first thought was just, oh no, I really like this gun. You're not going to believe me when I say this, but I completely forgot that the revolver in Half-Life 2 was a Colt Python until I picked it up out of the box. And that was only because I had been playing Half-Life 2 recently. If I really wanted the revolver from Half-Life 2, I should have gotten it in the stainless version. But I don't like stainless revolvers that much. I prefer them to be blued. This revolver's really cool. I really like it. Sometimes you just gotta channel your inner Barry Burton and get a Colt Python.
Oh, don't worry. I like the buddy system we have here.
I see.
And then attach a massive counterweight to the bottom of it. And then make weird dad jokes after your friend almost gets crushed by a ceiling.
That was a close one. A second late, you would have fit nicely into a sandwich.
Oh, there goes Zach tying another gun video into Resident Evil 1. Fun fact about the Colt Python, well, Colt revolvers in general, is that the cylinder rotates clockwise. Most other revolvers, the cylinder rotates counterclockwise. Doesn't have any bearing on this video, I just think that's neat. Colt has definitely gotten better since they got bought by CZ. Colt kind of goes in and out of bankruptcy on a pretty regular basis. They go through bankruptcy paperwork like they changed their socks. The one I got is from 2023, which is post them getting bought by CZ. It feels good. Like, I don't really see anything horribly wrong with it, and it feels really good, and it functions just fine. This isn't a review of the Colt Python, by the way. I'm gonna be telling you a story about it. So I got the Colt Python. I was very excited to have it. Went to go take it shooting. I put 100 rounds of 38 special through it. No problems. Double action is incredibly smooth on this thing. The single action is okay. I've felt better ones, but I've also felt way worse single action triggers. The double action is where it's at on this Colt Python though. Damn, that is smooth. I'd also bought a box of 357 Magnum that I decided to run through it. The first round of 357 Magnum that I fired, the very first round, recoiled into my hand like it was a 44 Magnum. And the muzzle flash was massive. And I know there's not that much of a difference between 38 Special and 357 Mag. There's a noticeable difference, but it's not the difference between looking at a really bright flashlight and staring directly into the sun. I don't have any video of this happening. It was literally the first time I was shooting the gun, and I didn't think to take video of it. Sometimes I just want to shoot guns and not make content out of it. Look how well that turned out for me. Now, I should note that this wasn't like the gun went off and it blew up in my hand, because when a gun blows up in your hand, you kind of notice. So I went to open the cylinder and eject all the ammunition that was in it just to make sure that the revolver was okay, and I couldn't open the cylinder. I also couldn't pull back the hammer or pull the trigger. The gun was completely locked up. Fortunately, due to the way revolvers work, that means that it's just sitting on an empty chamber now. So the gun is effectively inert because nothing's moving. I can't rotate the cylinder. I don't have to worry about it going off again. I realized in looking over the revolver that I could no longer see a cylinder gap anymore. And if you don't know, on a revolver, there is a gap in between the back of the barrel, or forcing cone, and the front of the cylinder. There's just a small gap in there. That gap is basically always there. It's one of the reasons why you can't really suppress revolvers, aside from like the Nagant revolver, because the Nagant revolver is goofy, and the entire cylinder moves forward to mesh with the back of the barrel. It also has a 20-pound double-action trigger pull, and it holds 7 rounds. This gun is just weird all the way down. Safety tip for you guys, it's one of the reasons why when you're shooting revolvers, you don't want to put your hand in front of where the cylinder is.
Now let's see what happens. Damn.
I could not see any light coming from between the two of them. And the cylinder gap is usually very, very small. A couple thousandths of an inch. The way I was able to finally get the revolver open was by holding the cylinder latch to the rear and gently tapping on the cylinder with a plastic hammer. I would tap on it from the left, tap on it from the right, and I just kind of repeated that for a bit until eventually the cylinder popped open. And when I finally got the cylinder opened and ejected all of the rounds out of it, this came out with it.
What? What the fuck?
It fell out with the cylinder, but it was stuck on the face of the barrel. Just like that. And it fell out when I opened the cylinder. Also, this is the cartridge that had caused this malfunction. And no, they're not supposed to look like someone took a bunch of sandpaper to it. If you look at the cartridge itself, you can see that the primer is forced backwards to the point that it is flush with the back of the casing. So, needless to say, I did not shoot any more of the .357 Magnum ammo. I thoroughly looked over the revolver. I couldn't see any bulges in the barrel. I couldn't see any fractures or cracks or anything anywhere on it. Timing still looked good. Probably not the smartest idea, but I'm also not known for making the smartest decisions. I did fire 6 more rounds of .38 Special through it. Like I said, I didn't see anything wrong with it. I did do the Gaston Glock shoot it with my left hand maneuver in case it did blow up so that, you know, I don't lose my dominant hand. And it fired all 6 rounds of .38 Special just fine. And then the surprise continued when I brought the target in. Okay, so these holes are normal .357 .38 Special bullet holes. And that's the one from the round that went all wonky. Yeah, that looks like it was a .410 shotgun slug.
Are you sure about that?
One of the older guys that is on staff at the shop that I work at was talking about how when they would hand load wad cutter rounds, if you accidentally put too much powder in it, the entire round would expand outwards the moment it left the barrel, just from the pressure pushing behind it. And I'm pretty sure that's the exact same thing that happened here. So I brought it home, took the revolver apart, gave it a really thorough cleaning, and like, I don't see anything wrong with it. It seems like it handled it pretty well. I'm not a Colt fanboy or anything. I don't think that the snake guns are God's gift to firearms aficionados. But damn, I am actually really impressed that this thing just straight up bodied having an overcharged .357 Magnum round go through it. This is probably a good spot to put the lot numbers on the box of ammo I was shooting. If you have any PPU 158 grain .357 Magnum ammo, check and see if your lot numbers match, and if so, I wouldn't shoot it. I want to note I am absolutely not trying to fearmonger against PPU ammo. I'm not saying, don't ever buy PPU ammo ever again. I got in contact with them, I let them know about the issue I had, and they are handling it. If anything, I guess this is more of a PSA. wear eye protection when you're shooting. Everything was fine this time, but it very easily could have launched debris into my face when it went off. My Colt Python may have bodied that, but my eye wouldn't have. That's my unsolicited uncle advice for this video. Wear eye pro. Now, if that round had blown up in my revolver, or if PPU wasn't fixing the issue, then this would be a very different video. I am really glad that it did not blow up my revolver, both because, I don't know, I kind of like having hands, and I'd be pretty cheesed off if my new Colt revolver was now a new very sharp paperweight. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to talk about the experience I had firing the first round of 357 Magnum through my new Colt Python. Make sure you wear eye protection while you're shooting. I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and I will catch you in the next one.